Alright folks, it's been a long road. Here we are. The final cutscene, I'm guessing. The ending of Trails of Cold Steel 4.
Over half a year passed in the blink of an eye.
This is 1 year later.
With the end of the Great Twilight, an armistice was declared on the second day of the Great War.
Van Dyke and Cassius.
Supreme Commander Van Dyke and Lieutenant General Bright worked together to minimize casualties during the negotiations.
That's nice, that's good.
Meanwhile, the media reported that Emperor Eugen would return to the throne after recovering from his surgery.
Good for Erebonia.
This was broadcast around the world, in tandem with the declaration that Calvard played no part in the assassination attempt.
They're clean.
However, the truth only ended up plunging the Empire into greater turmoil and spurred a storm of criticism from other countries.
They have to be accountable for everything they accuse and did.
Amid the chaos, Governor Regnitz stepped in to try to bring the situation under control. He issued the order for Erebonian troops to immediately return to the Empire. Many feared that Calvard might take this opportunity to strike back, but such fears proved to be unfounded.
Internal turmoil has large repercussions outside Erebonia.
I can only assume it was because Calvard didn't want to take any chances against the far stronger Erebonian army.
Yeah, the Empire's in chaos. It's the best chance to invade them.
For the people of Erebonia, it was as if they had woken up from a nightmare. On the other hand, the people of Calvard began to criticize the Empire all the more fiercely.
Deservedly so.
Fortunately, due to the evacuation efforts on the first day of the war, civilian casualties were kept to a minimum. President Rocksmith, nearing the end of his term, made careful efforts to placate his citizens. However, he found himself under serious pressure from the new president-elect and was made to demand astronomical reparations from the Empire.
And they deserve astronomical reparations.
The provisional government in Erebonia, led by Governor Regnitz, was forced to negotiate. As part of the negotiations, he demanded that Calvard pledge to not invade Crossbell. Liberal, Remiferia, and the holy city of Arteria agreed, and jointly mounted pressure on the Republic to keep its troops within its borders.
What about Crossbell?
Reparations were eventually made, mostly funded by the Erebonian government, the Imperial family, the Reinford Group, and House Cayenne. As the Imperial army withdrew from Crossbell, discussions began between the Empire and Speaker McDowell.
Nice for the game to wrap everything up with these narration, to try to tie up all loose ends.
But the Governor General's personal defense force refused to stand down and took control of the city themselves.
You mean Rufus? So they still have control?
Rufus condemned their actions from prison, but they refused to back down, and the threat of a Calvardian invasion began to loom. So, the Crossbell Guardian Force, formerly the Crossbell Military Police, worked with the citizens to devise a solution.
We see Risha, Sully, and Ilya there.
And on the day of Arkanseal's star-studded comeback performance,
always the best distraction,
the Governor General's defense force was quickly subdued by citizen volunteers, and Crossbell was free once more.
Finally.
At the heart of the operation were the officers of the Special Support Section, saving their country yet again.
That's a good DLC to play with, but I don't think they released that as DLC.
While foreign affairs were steadily heading in the right direction, Erebonia's domestic issues showed no signs of stopping. With the news of Chancellor Osborne's death, the nobles he had kept in check scrambled to reclaim their former power.
It's chaos.
Class warfare broke out once more. And though the Imperial family tried to restore order, rumors of Prince Cedric's role in the Chancellor's warmongering caused their pleas to fall on deaf ears. The Crown Prince's mysterious disappearance only put them in a more difficult position.
What about Olivert? What's his role in this?
Just when things seemed their worst,
there they
Princess Alphen and the newly returned Prince Olivert engaged the public directly and sincerely. As a result, the Imperial family slowly started to win back the people's trust the continent over.
With Mueller by their side.
Meanwhile, news of Crossbell's liberation stirred talk of independence in Jirai and North Ambria. Some argued, however, that the 10 years Jirai had spent as an SEZ had bolstered its economy and reduced poverty. The issue is still hotly debated, and those in charge are monitoring the situation carefully for fear of more conflict igniting. Though Chancellor Osborne's right-hand man, Governor General Rufus Albarella, was apprehended,
The rest of the Ironbloods are still at large.
Majors Lecter Arundel and Claire Revelt managed to avoid arrest.
As according to Rufus's plan. Wow, what a planner!
Not only that, but they remained at the Intelligence Division and the RMP, respectively, focusing their efforts on restoring order to their country. That said, both groups lost their position as government organizations and underwent extensive restructuring. The Bracer Guild regained its former status in the Empire, and for the first time in 5 years, all its branches were reopened.
All branches, wow. Arios, who we didn't get to see, as well as the others over there. Zin is even there. No, is that Zin on the lower left, right? Is that him?
High-ranking bracers from all over the continent helped to combat disorder and unrest within the Empire, according to certain classified information from the Guild. Prince Cedric, thought to be missing, had in fact become a member of Ouroboros.
The weakest member.
There are even rumors that he was made an enforcer, but that remains unverified.
He's just one level above Gilbert.
Meanwhile, after tirelessly aiding the other great houses, Governor Regnitz, and the Government Accountability Inspectorate for months, Acting Duke Eustace Albarella rejoined his allies for a journey to a certain place.
Acting Duke, where?
Each of his
where
friends
did
had
they go?
been busy restoring peace to their country in their own way. But now, with the embers of war finally cooled, they were able to meet once more.
Milliam? Is she back from her sleep? She was sleepy last time we saw her. She napped. This is another doll body, artificial body for Milliam.
Whoa.
Good as new.
A backup OZ-74 unit.
So your dad prepared this, Elisa?
That's right. He must have worked on it in the brief moments when he was himself.
Wait, that was the very end. How can he do? How can he have done that?
It couldn't have been an easy secret to keep from the Ebon Knight.
Oh, you mean the entire time? You know, if he had flashes of control over his own self.
Your father was a great man.
Damn right. Can't be easy fooling someone who's in your head.
It's crazy.
For real.
It seems like the mana inside is stable.
And it should be easy to work with such a pure soul as hers.
We'll be right here to help whenever you're ready.
Go ahead, Eustace.
Come on, man. What are you waiting for?
That's such a long pause between haha and come on, man. Again, I still maintain that their relationship is kind of rushed, but sure, whatever.
No. Bring out the sword. Right.
Not the one inside your pants, Eustace. The actual sword.
Altina,
Alright?
you should help too.
Don't worry. I know it'll turn out just fine.
That's right, Allie. Be brave.
I will.
Alright, let's get this resurrection thing going.
Everything's stable. This should work.
Adios, please.
Now'd be the time for a miracle. I'm sure we've got 1 or 2 left, right?
George should just say, this ain't no miracle,
If
this
you're
is
listening out
science.
These kids need you.
The sword.
George should be wondering, why are you all worried about it? It's sure to work.
Huh? Where am I? Reen? Tilly? What are you guys doing here? Eustace? What gives? You look like you've seen a ghost.
It's the opposite of a
Wait,
funeral.
What happened?
It's like a birth,
Last
but
thing I remember,
not for a newborn, but
You're awake!
for a return from the dead.
Whoa, guys! What's gotten into you? Anyone want to tell me what this is all about?
We'll fill you in later. It's a long story. And Reen's wearing his Cold Steel 3 attire
It's
again.
kind of a long story.
So much happened while you were asleep.
A full year.
But before we get to all that,
Yes.
Welcome back, Millium.
All right. Sure. So the whole Class 7 is complete again. Everyone's alive. No more borrowed time nonsense. This is the final cutscene. This is the credits. Roll, baby. I guess, yeah, the game is pretty good. It's long, very long, lots of content there. Again, my little disappointment is that, oh look, they got married. Nice. My minor disappointment is that Gilead Osborne, who's been built up since what? Trails in the Sky the Third, as this real scary, smart, manipulative villain. Turns out he was being manipulated himself, although he did end up manipulating the manipulator by becoming the villain to be defeated. Still though, I just kind of wish that he was really the big bad all the time, but they wanted him to have the hero turned villain arc, which is, I guess, okay. And why would you wear a maid's outfit to a wedding, Sharon? That's just not right. Lots of characters. Basically, the most important folks are here. Oh look, Best Girl is there. And yeah, it's nice having the option to use everyone at the final boss. That's nice, that's cool. Overall, yeah, I enjoyed the game. It's good. I don't know how to rank the 4 Cold Steel games, to be honest, because the gap between 2 and 3, such a long gap there. Because in between I had to play Trails in the Sky the Third to 0, from 0 into Azure. So I kind of forget, but I do remember enjoying Cold Steel 2. If I have to rank them, I don't know. Maybe the first one will be the 4th, because it's a slow game. It's a first, so it has to build up a lot of the world, the setting. The ending is okay, but for most of it, it's just the rivalry sting they're hyping up. It's good to see everyone though, so that's a positive for the 4th. The 3rd game introduces us to new Class 7, which is cool. Smaller cast, but pretty great. Yeah, it's great. I'm okay with how they manage such a large cast of characters outside Class 7. So that's good on them. As to what's next, we have Trails into Reverie coming up, which is, I don't know the details, but look, Zin is also here. What I do know is it's some sort of epilogue for Cold Steel and the games before it, to tie up all loose ends that this game did not. So yeah, why are the others wearing bracer outfits and not wedding party outfits? It's weird. Oh, Kevin and forgot the name of the nun lady. Sorry. Yeah, it's too bad they couldn't show up, but it's understandable. It's already such a large cast. So yeah, I'm interested to play Trails into Reverie. I'll definitely play it. Daybreak, I don't know when I can play that. Probably not in the next 2 years, I'm guessing. Yeah, overall I enjoyed the franchise. I played all the games, well, starting from Trails in the Sky, I guess. Not everything, but from In the Sky up to this point, I've played everything. I've recorded everything except the first game. No. I recorded everything, sorry, except the first 2 games. Yeah. I played those in my own time. So I'm interested to see... Oh look, Noel is there as well, and Watsi. There's Risha, which I'm surprised did not make an appearance. Because Risha was in the intermission in Cold Steel 2. Wonder why they didn't make her come back. She had a 3D model already with fighting skills and such. Is that it? Is that it for the artwork? Yeah, I'm interested to see who will show up in Reverie. Green's definitely gonna be there, of course. But of course not everyone that we saw are gonna be there, so let's see. I'm interested. Okay, I press start. We have another epilogue scene right here. Oh, there, Laura, the best girl, the one I picked. Ooh, we have a special scene with the girl we picked. That's nice. That's it, just a cell phone and meeting her, not even seeing her, just her name. Save our clear data. Earn our trophy. Not gonna get a platinum, definitely not. Is that it? That's it, folks. That's gonna do it for Trails of Cold Steel 4. Such a long game, man. Maybe not as long as Persona 5, but it's super long. There's your picture with, is that everyone? Almost everyone. Whole of Class 7 at least, right? And yeah, and the 4 from the upper class, George and stuff. Alright then, I'll see you guys next time in Trails into Reverie. Bye bye.